Now, this one is really profound, as Sejalji has set in that, you know, should love our simplicity, we love our peace, and the sacred of being there, right? So simple and so profound. So just imagine, standing in your room, surrounded by things, clothes you haven't worn in years, books you meant to read, gifts you felt obligated to keep, and old cables for devices you no longer own, right? And now, imagine you're scrolling your phone, 47 unread WhatsApp groups, 2000 emails, 15 apps you downloaded once, and photos you have been meaning to organize since 2019. And now, imagine your mind, racing thoughts, endless to do lists, commitments you said yes to but don't want to, and worries about things that haven't yet happened yet. You're drowning, not in water, in more stuff, more noise, more obligations, more of everything. But what if the answer isn't adding more? It's subtracting almost everything. So today, we are exploring sacred simplicity. So let me tell you something you already know but haven't put it into words. Complexity drains your energy, and simplicity amplifies your clarity. Even unnecessary things in your life, whether it's like physical object, a digital distraction, or a mental commitment, is taking up space. Not just physical space, but the energy space. And your brain has a limited amount of decision making capacity each day. And that is known as the decision fatigue. And every time you look at your cluttered desk, or open your overflowing closet, or scroll through 200 photos to find one, your brain is making micro decisions. But is this important? Should I deal with this? Or where does this go? So by the time you get to the decisions that actually matter, your goals, your relationships, your creativity, you are already exhausted. So clutter is not just physical. Clutter can be emotional, mental, spiritual. And here's what most people don't realize. The pursuit of more isn't making you happier. It's making you heavier. But simplicity, now, it is the art of keeping only what makes your soul light. So, let me show you exactly where maybe all of us are drowning in unnecessary complexity. The wardrobe overload, right? Let's begin with that. So, you have a cupboard bursting with clothes, saris you wore once at a cousin's wedding, jeans from college that don't fit anymore, 15 kurtas in similar shades. Every morning you open the cupboard and say, I have nothing to wear. Huh? The wardrobe is overflowing, but nothing to wear. I'm sure females can relate with this. So you don't have a shortage problem, you have a clarity problem. Too many choices create paralysis, not freedom. Then that WhatsApp group circus. Now you are in 32 groups, school alumni, building society, family, relatives, office, side projects, each one pinging endlessly with forwards, good mornings, irrelevant discussions, and you mute them. But they pile up. 247 unread messages. You feel anxious just seeing the number. We don't exit because what if something important happens? Spoiler, it won't. And if it does, someone will definitely call you. And then the yes disease. Someone asks you to volunteer for their event. You don't want to, but you said yes. A friend invites you to dinner. You're exhausted, but again you said yes. Your boss asks you to take on another project. You're already overloaded, but you said yes. So you filled your calendar with obligations that don't serve you. And now you wonder why you have no time for what actually matters. And your life isn't full. Again, it's clutter. And then this digital hoarding habit. Your phone has 47, 50, or 100 apps. You use it. Your gallery has 12,000 photos. You'll never look at 90% of them. Your email has promotions from brands you shopped from once in 2021 or even earlier. And your laptop desktop has 200 files labeled new folder 1 through new folder 200. So you're not organized. You are overwhelmed. And every time you open your phone, instead of clarity, you feel chaos. And then this mental multiverse. You're simultaneously worried about your career, your relationship, your parents' health, and that thing you said 5 years ago that might have offended someone, the election results, climate change, and whether you'll ever be able to afford a house. And you're carrying the weight of 1,000 concerns, most of which you can't control, and half of which will never happen. Your mind has become a crowded bus with no destination. So now, here's where it gets transformative. Sacred simplicity isn't just minimalism. It's not about living with 10 items and sleeping on the floor. Sacred simplicity is minimalism with meaning. Yes, it's intentionally keeping only what aligns with your peace, your purpose, your joy. So let me give you three layers. Layer number one, simplify your space. Yes, look at your environment around, your desk, your room, your bag. Ask this question for every single item. Does this add peace or does this add clutter? Now, that showpiece someone gifted you that you never liked, clutter. Donate it. That book you'll never read because you're not interested anymore, clutter. Pass it on. That 47 pens when you only use one. Of course, that is clutter. Keep your favorite, give away the rest. So, sacred simplicity says keep only what you love or what serves a clear purpose. Everything else is weighing you down. Then, layer number two, simplify your mind. Your mind is not a storage unit. Stop trying to remember everything. Write it down. Use a notes app. Make a to do list. Get it out of your head and onto paper. And here's the crucial part, stop consuming noise. That Instagram read at 11 p.m. is noise. The news channel screaming about controversies, noise. That conversation where everyone's complaining and no one's is solving, noise. Sacred simplicity says, guard your mental space like your life depends on it. Because your peace does. And layer number three, simplify your commitments. You do not owe everything, you say yes to. Then basically you're allowed to say no to dinners, to requests, to favors, to people who drain you. And every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your priorities, you are saying no to something that does usually yourself, your rest, your dream. So, sacred simplicity says do less, but do it with full presence. Quality over quantity, depth over breadth. So, here's a beautiful paradox: peace doesn't grow when you add more, peace grows when you stop chasing noise. So, think about the moments you felt most at peace. I bet it wasn't when you had the most, it was when you had just enough. A quiet morning, a clean desk, a conversation with person who really listens, a walk without your phone. So simplicity isn't deprivation, it's liberation. Because when you clear the clutter, physical, digital, mental, emotional, you create space. And in that space, clarity appears, creativity flows, joy returns, and you remember who you are beneath all the noise. So, simplicity is not about having less, it's about making room for more of what matters, right? So, let's have, just I would say, do one practice starting today. I would say, just if you want, you can make a note of it. Choose one area of your life to simplify. Just one. Don't try to overhaul everything at once. That's complexity disguised as simplicity. Pick one. It may be your desk. Clear everything off. Put back only what you actually use daily. Feel the difference. Then your to do list. Look at all the tasks that you are doing. Let me tell you, yes, that is very, very important. And make it a note of it, not in your mind, but on paper. That is very important. Many a times we say we have made the to do list, but it's here in the mind. No, don't do that. And cross off anything that's been there for weeks and you still haven't done. If it was truly important, you would have done it. Let it go. And then your digital life. Uninstall 5 apps you haven't used in a month. Now, even our phone tells us these are the unused apps. Delete 100 old photos. Leave 3 WhatsApp groups that drain your energy. And for each item, ask, does this add peace or does this add clutter? Now, if it's a clutter, remove it. No guilt. No. But what if I need it someday? If you haven't needed it in months, you won't. Do this today, right after this session. Just one area. Notice how much lighter you feel. And if it's a phone, I'm sure even that will feel lighter. So let me leave you with this. Your life is not meant to be a museum of everything you have ever acquired. It's meant to be a sanctuary of what truly matters. So there is profound beauty in empty space, in silence, in having less to manage so you have more energy to live. And the most sacred things in life, love, peace, presence, joy, they don't require addition, they require subtraction. So subtract the noise, subtract the clutter, subtract the obligations, and you'll discover freedom. Because simplicity is not about loss, it's about return, returning to what is real, what is essential, what is you. So here's your commitment for the next 7 days and practice this art of subtraction each day. Remove one thing. Day one, one physical object you don't need. Day two, one digital distraction. Day three, one commitment that drains you. Day four, one mental worry you're carrying that serves no purpose. Day 5, one app, one group, one subtraction. Day 6, one behavior that clutters your relationship. And day 7, one belief that's keeping you complicated instead of clear. And by the end of the week, notice what remains. I promise you it will be lighter, clearer, and infinitely more meaningful. Because sacred simplicity isn't about having nothing, it's about exactly having what your soul needs and nothing more. So start subtracting, start breathing. Your peace is waiting in the space you create. So, with that thought, thank